and welcome to day 3 of Yoga for Anxiety. Today we will be focusing in on body awareness. So for today's practice, I do want you to set an intention for your practice, something that you would like to release or let go of, and that could be personal to you specifically. So everyone will have something different today that they would like to let go of, whether that's something about your body, something internal, something that you think about, or something that even just comes up and you didn't even realize that it was bothering you. So just being able to breathe it out and work through it. So if something does come up or you choose a specific something, acknowledging it and then letting that go through the practice of yoga. So for today, grab your mat, maybe some water, and let's get started. So today we're going to start in a seated pose. I'm going to choose Hero's Pose here, sitting on my heels, but you can sit in Sukhasana, which is, you can sit in Sukhasana, which is, folding your legs, crisscross applesauce. I'm going to sit in this position today and just starting to fall into a rhythm of breathing. So inhale. And then exhale. How are you feeling right now in this very moment? How do you want to feel right now? Now taking a moment to set that intention for your practice. What is it that you want to let go of today? Hold on to that. Acknowledging that it is real, and that today we are going to let that go. Good. Now coming down onto your mat, we're going to come into a wide-legged child's pose here. So big toes touching, knees come as far as the mat, sit bones come down to the heels, arms stretched out in front, and slowly lowering your chest and your forehead to the mat. It's okay here if your sit bones don't go all the way back to your heels. Just making sure that you're releasing through your upper body here. Good, a few more breaths here. Good, now coming up to a tabletop. So knees in line with the hips. And we're gonna walk our arms out in front of us, lowering our chest to the ground, just like in that wide-legged child's pose, but making sure that our hips and our knees are still in line with one another, coming into puppy. For a more intense stretch, you can always drop your chin instead of your forehead to the mat. Good, making sure that you're following your breath here. Coming slightly up, extending our right arm out to the side, and it's going to come right under that left arm. We're going to thread the needle, as they call it here. Coming down, and then stretching that left arm forward. I like to drop my forehead or side of my right temple to the mat. Good, coming back up. And then just switching to the other side. So left arm extends to the side and comes under the right arm here. Good, coming back up. Dropping one more time into puppy. And then walking your hands back up to table. And then from table, we're going to tuck our toes under, coming into our first downward facing dog, making sure that we're walking our first down dog out. So bending one knee at a time, making sure that you're following your breath here. Gaze is towards your belly button, starting to find some stillness, dropping those heels as far as they can go down towards the ground. Good. Slight bend in those knees, gaze forward. Walk, step, or jump to the top of your mat here. And then slowly coming all the way up to standing. And now what I would like you to do, bringing the right leg over the left so that your feet are somewhat parallel, hips are square to the front of the mat. Arms come up. Exhale, coming forward as far as you can. I'm a little limited because I'm pregnant. Your hands can be on the ground or behind the thighs or on the shins, just not on the knees. Good, flowing back up. Hands come down to heart center. And then switching legs. So now the left foot goes over the right. Good, inhale, come up. And then exhale, forward fold, feeling a nice stretch here. Coming down as far as you can. Again, hands are behind the thighs, on the shins, or on the floor. Good, inhale back up to center. Releasing your legs, maybe shaking it out here. Good, toes touch, heels slightly apart. Back is nice and straight. Inhale. And then exhale, nice forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, nice flat back here. Exhale, coming down to tabletop here. Either dropping your knees or coming into a full chaturanga. And then inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job. Good. Inhale, right leg comes up. Bending that knee. Your right knee is going to come to your right wrist. Lowering that back leg. Making sure that your hips are square. So the goal here is to get this right leg to be at a 90-degree angle. But if that's not within your practice today, that's okay. So you can bring that foot slightly in, so you're at an angle. Once you're in position, you can drop down to the forearms, or you can come all the way down to the mat into our pigeon posture. Taking a few deep breaths here. Making sure that that back leg, your left toes are pointed, and it's nice and straight. Very nice. Good. Inhale, coming back up. Going back into our one-legged dog. Lowering that right foot. Coming into plank here. Either dropping the knees or coming into full chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Now switching sides, inhaling that left leg up towards the sky, bending that knee. Our left knee comes to our left wrist. Lowering that back leg nice and straight behind us here. And either coming down to our forearms or all the way down wherever you are today. Good. Feeling that nice stretch on the outer thigh here. Up towards our hips. Good. One more breath. Good. Coming back up. Three-legged dog. Dropping it down, coming into plank. Lowering into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good, nice job. This time, bending our knees, but walking our hands back to meet our legs, our feet. Nice forward fold. Inhale, halfway.
Exhale, forward fold once more. Inhale, slowly coming up to standing position. Nice job. Coming to the middle of our mat. Taking a moment here in Sadasana. Reflecting on how you're feeling right now. What about that intention that you set at the beginning of your practice? Where are you? Are you still just acknowledging that it's there? Are you able to start letting it go? Bearing all the weight in our left leg now, either kickstanding our right foot to our left ankle, so our thigh is open towards the side of the mat, knee is pointing to the front, or you're bringing it up to the shin, or you're bringing it to that inner thigh, or if you're feeling really good, half lotus, wherever you are. Today I'm in my inner thigh here. Once you have your balance, making sure that your drishti or your gaze is facing towards one thing, you can start to play with your hands coming up. They can come into cactus here, prayer, whatever feels good for you. The full posture is arms come up and over, gaze towards your fingertips. If you would like a super challenge here and you're feeling really focused, try to close your eyes. See how long you can hold the pose with your eyes closed. It's interesting to see, once we close our eyes, that our balance starts to get a little wacky. Just focus. Woo. And if you fall out, you can just come right back in. Nice. Bringing that knee to chest and then dropping it to the mat, shaking it out if you need to. Now bearing all the weight in the right leg. Starting first with a kickstand with that left foot to the right ankle. If that feels good, you can stay here. Or you can bring it up to your shin or your inner thigh. Just avoid that knee, making sure that that knee is pointing down and to the side. Again, playing with your arms, they can come up and overhead. They can come into cactus, prayer, whatever feels good for you. I'm going to stay here in prayer and close my eyes. Good. Reflecting again on that intention. Focusing in on the now. Letting go of what is no longer serving us. Anything that has happened in the past is no longer serving us. Whoop. If you fall out, come back in. Whoop. Let's look over my shin. Bringing that knee up to chest, dropping it to the ground, and shaking it out. Good. Feeling nice. Bringing your stance now to a wide stance, a little bit wider than hip distance, slightly pigeon toeing your toes inward. With a nice flat back, hands on your hips, we're going to come forward into a wide-legged forward fold here. Good. Hands can come down to the mat. Slowly bringing that gaze towards the back of the mat or behind you. Lowering that head as low as it can go. Good. Inhale, gaze comes forward, nice flat back. And then exhale, going towards the left side now. Inhale back up to center. And then exhale, going to the opposite side now.
Good. Inhale back to center. And then one more time, coming down in that wide leg forward fold. Inhale, coming halfway up. Bringing those heels in, coming down into Malasana, our squat pose here. Elbows on the insides of the thighs, toes are pointing to the sides of the mat, or the front and back of the mat, I should say. Little rock side to side if that feels good. Good. Bringing your arms behind you, taking a nice seat here, coming into Sukhasana. Taking a mudra if you would like. Closing your eyes here or softening your gaze. How do you feel right now? Again, reflecting on how you want to feel in this moment. And then believing that you are feeling that way. Our mind is very powerful. And we can believe whatever it says. So making sure that that dialogue in our head is very positive. We don't want to hold on to any negativity. For the remainder of the day, check in with yourself, asking yourself, how am I feeling and how do I want to feel? Flip the script so it's positive. And then your body will feel so much better, releasing all negativity. Good. Inhale, bring those arms up and over. Exhale, hands come to heart. Thanking yourself and thank you for joining me today on day 3. I hope to see you again tomorrow, and I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.